Welcome to the third edition of the ML F1 podcast. We're recording at Semabox today. Our special guest, Florence Kamaitha. She's an author, entrepreneur, Mandela Washington Fellow, champion for adolescent girls' health and menstrual hygiene. And she's here because she's an F1 fan. Welcome, Florence.
Asante sana.
How did you become a fan? What was your first F1 experience?
It's a funny story because, when you have those boyfriends that watch sports the whole day. So there's a weekend for golf, tennis, there's athletics, and then Sundays was always an F1 afternoon. So of all the sports that you're watching the whole weekend, I loved golf for some reason, and then F1 seemed exciting. I'd watched MotoGP before, and there were a lot of accidents. But then I loved F1 because it was like a fun kind of sport. Like, I think I was watching F1 to connect with this guy more
Okay.
and to really have those Sunday afternoon moments. And then I was just caught up.
About what years was this, and what is the first driver or team you connected with?
It was 2013. I connected with Hamilton because he was a Ferrari fan. So I wanted to be different.
Okay.
So actually, it was just Hamilton because, first of all, he's handsome, and then he's black. And then I was just like, yeah, Hamilton. I didn't even have a reason. I didn't know what was happening in F1. But then I was like, I think I'll support this guy. And then that was it.
Okay. And then for the last 2-3 years, we've had COVID. How have you been watching races before and after?
Before was wonderful. We used to have a club, Choices, F1 club.
Yes.
And then I was actually the secretary of that club. Was I a secretary or hospitality manager? Something. And we used to have a following. We had at least 200 members. So we'd watch F1 as a club. The morning races would go and watch Australian GP, have breakfast. Afternoon races, night races were the best because we now go and have some drinks after watching the races. So we used to have a community of F1 lovers and fans. And then COVID happened. We had to start watching from home. The good thing, I live near a friend who watches F1, so we'd go to each other's homes to watch the race, but it wasn't as exciting as watching it with 200 other people. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very nice place choices. You saw it that last week. What did you see?
Oh my God, it's a hardware store.
Oh no.
But they still have that sign of Choices F1, the home of F1, something. They still have that, the banner, but it's a hardware store now.
Have you found a new pub local to watch F1?
My local, I go to my local, but now I understand K1 Pitch and Butch offering a place where guys can watch. So I want to try that this coming weekend. Yeah. Before, I think we're just roaming around places where a friend or two are watching. Alafu mnaenda huko mnaona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll go into a small dark corner. The 5th of December was Saudi Arabia. Then the 12th of December was the Abu Dhabi race. Where were you watching it, and what was your experience like?
I was watching it with my neighbors at our local. It was weird because we didn't expect to end the season like Max and Hamilton with the same points. Of course, we got the constructors, so we were happy. But then I did not expect the two drivers would actually have the same points. Like we're going head to head. I was expecting by like the second last race would know who is the winner.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had to go to the last race, my God, it was heartbreaking, to say the least. It's now later on that they're saying, oh, human error, but we all saw it. Hamilton deserved the win. But because F1 really has to show that it's not only one person winning, they had to give it to Max. Because I keep asking, something I have to tell you, I blocked everyone on that day, and then I unblocked them the beginning of the season. all the groups, like I left all the groups because they're all discussing, oh, now Hamilton is not a winner anymore. Oh, we have a new champion. Max is not a champion. Okay, that was just like Tulibi Wakura. That is what I have to say. So it was really heartbreaking in Abu Dhabi. And I was hoping this year we could actually show them like we still got it. So you can imagine the heartbreak inaendelea mpaka saizi. So yeah, it wasn't a good race for me.
Just along those lines, in one motor WhatsApp group I'm in,
Mhm,
I think in all the discussions about Abu Dhabi, they got quite heated last year.
mhm.
And there was one guy, who left the group. You just see somebody has
Yeah,
exited the
huyo
group.
ni mimi kabisa.
And then this year, the season started, and he was added back into the group about a week ago. And I think he came on, and then he still saw discussions about Abu Dhabi, Hamilton, Verstappen. He only stayed 5 minutes in the group, and he checked out again.
I understand his pain, by the way, because how do they fire Mercy and not hata wangesema kirudio like
Okay.
we just do like one last lap between the two drivers. But I understand his pain. It was really painful because all through we had seen the competition between Max and Hamilton, and we'd seen how Max he was just a bully on the racetrack. And Hamilton had always been kind. Okay, let me not say kind. The way he drives really carefully. He's not a bully the way Max was. And I know they had nothing to lose and everything to gain, by the way. But I did not think the competition was fair the whole of last year. But throughout the race, Mercedes and Hamilton, they remained fair. They raced fair. And I think Red Bull would have given, they should have just been good on the track. But now I know better.
Okay.
Hamilton should have been a bully. They bully each other on the track.
So you're back to watching F1 in 2022?
Yes.
How has that been? How has the season started in the two races we've had?
Now imagine Abu Dhabi times 10 because now we have a tractor. The way we used to bully Ferrari that you guys have a tractor. Now we are the ones who have a tractor.
Mercedes.
We don't have a strong car. And I was wishing we would not have improved last year's car. Tungebaki nayo for some time. So you can imagine now, like Hamilton, alimaliza number 10. And then he was asking, does this position even have a point? Because he's never been there. We've never been there. We've never seen Mercedes struggling. I love George Russell. I think he will bring in some competition once they improve the game because the first two, Ferrari and Red Bull, need some activity up on mbele. So I feel George Russell will bring it on. Also Hamilton, I know. But we were not expecting this at all. Like It was a shocker. So watching has been like, let's just see what is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the Australian Grand Prix in about 2 days. But what we really want to learn is what race have you been to?
I've been to Abu Dhabi 2018.
2018.
Yes.
Okay. How did the journey start to go to Abu Dhabi? What was the spark?
So I have a friend. He goes to annually. He travels to some place to watch a race, and then in 2017 we had talked about the Abu Dhabi race, and that was exciting because we actually didn't know who would win between Hamilton and Vettel. So for him, he had started planning from like March, and then we would talk about it. But then by May, when he was getting his tickets, I'd not prepared myself.
Okay.
So when he actually went to see the live race, like naturally, you're not sure who will win, so you're going to actually see it live.
Yes.
I felt like really left out, the real FOMO. So I started booking after 2017. I started booking my 2018 travel.
Okay.
And the cheapest of all the races was Abu Dhabi. So I was planning around it. Yeah, so that is when the planning started.
How many of you were doing the planning? How many of you were keen on going? Because I know that when many people plan, but the delivery is different.
Yeah.
Those who actually make it to the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we're like 30 people who are planning to travel.
Yes.
We're like a lot. We're even in a WhatsApp group and we're all planning. So between January and Feb, you have to book and then start paying by May. So you get like the affordable tickets if you're booking the plane and then also race tickets. So by the time May reached, I think you're only 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so from 30, I think it dropped to 15. I think the ones we went with were like 7 or 6, 7. Yeah.
What was the planning experience? Was there like a key person? Did you use an agency?
Oh, so there's a guy called Macau. He runs Paddock Experience.
Okay.
And then he actually takes guys to watch races. So it was easy because you just give him your money, he will pay for the tickets, he will basically do everything for you. You just have to appear.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, it was really pretty easy because I had someone who'd gone for races before and he'd been to that track so many times before.
Macau.
Yes. So it was easy for me. So we just like give him the money, we have a payment plan, and then he will book everything for you.
What was the payment plan like? Pay 20% by this date and then 50 by this date?
Between February and May, the cost, so the total cost was 200,000. I think we had to pay 70,000 at first, and then the rest you pay by May. I remember the guys who actually booked their tickets later. So you can book the F1 tickets we had to pay by May, but then air tickets you can pay probably even a day before. But if you want affordable tickets, you can pay much earlier. So it was depending on how you are financially. So it wasn't really strict. You can even pay like 20,000 shillings for the race tickets, and then the air tickets can pay later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was no consensus about, because I know Abu Dhabi, you've got all tracks will have different seat proposals where you can have a trackside on the grid. Then Abu Dhabi even has a field, kind of a 190 field. So where the cost of the ticket varies. Was that option open to you, or you guys said we all want to sit together on at corner one and see everything together?
We actually wanted to sit together at some corner where you can watch some overtake and some corner. So we wanted to sit together as Kenyans, because of also like ease of, when you're going to watch the race. After the race, there is now the concert, so it's good to sit together at some place. But also because he runs a company, it's called Paddock Experience. He is able to book the tickets beforehand, and then you can pay pole pole. So you already had the tickets and booked for like, he blocked for like say 10 people, 15 people, and then you can pay, but the tickets are already like booked. So he paid for the whole team.
Was this your first experience in Abu Dhabi?
Yes, it was.
Okay. What airline did you guys choose, by the way?
I went with Emirates.
But everybody took their own.
6 of us took Emirates. The rest were coming from different countries. So we had a few. We had a guy coming from Rwanda. There's another one from Tanzania. So we had, at that particular time, we had different people coming in, but the same group.
The Abu Dhabi race is on Yas Marina Island, and then there are different accommodation options. There's the island, which I think costs more. Then there's the main Abu Dhabi city. I know my friend who even, I think, stays in Dubai when she goes for the races. So what was the agreement about where to stay, and what did you guys choose?
Accommodation was pretty. Everyone had to choose their own, because, like, I wanted to stay in Dubai because I have relatives and friends in Dubai. And then the nightlife in Dubai and the nightlife in Abu Dhabi is not the same.
Okay.
So the guys who wanted to stay near the track, so they'd stayed in Abu Dhabi. But then there are guys who stayed in Dubai. Then it would take like one cab and travel, the 4 of us or the 3 of us, to Abu Dhabi. It's just 45 minutes. Then you come back and experience now the nightlife in Dubai.
Was there consensus about what you guys would do there? So maybe the guys who want to see the support races and do the grid walk, then the others who want to go do sailing in Dubai, or was there consensus ahead of time?
There was. So the group I went with was wild because we had, I think, rugby the following week. So they were staying over. So they were having like a 2-week stay. So they had options, right? we had to go for the grid walk, especially for some of us who'd never been to the track to a live race before. So we did the grid walk on Thursday, and then we opted not to go for the practice.
Okay.
Yeah. 2018 was not as wild as 2017 because we knew Hamilton was winning. So for us, it was just like we're going there to celebrate and enjoy and have fun and finally get to watch a live race. So there are people who decided to go to Ferrari World. So Friday was a day where guys would just chill and do the other stuff. But then qualifiers we had to go, and then it's going for a live race is like a festival. It's like a music festival, because what they do, you will go buy merchandise at discounted prices. There are places where you can buy. There are places where you do simulations. There are places where you can actually take like extremely big, good photos of previous cars and experience and get in. And it was just like a nice festival. And then the artists playing all over. It's like an arena of just fun, right? And then we had now villages. We had a Kenyan village where Kenyans from Dubai would come, and then Kenyans who now had come to watch the race would just chill. So if the qualifiers are like at 3 p.m. or 6 p.m., would get there at around 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So from 11, you're just having parties, and then Heineken being our sponsor, of course, Heineken was at a discounted price. You're buying jugs and taps of Heineken. And then there are musicians all over. It was really a festival. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't like a live race. It was like, first I'm going to have a festival first and then go watch, at least experience. So qualifiers, at least we watched. And then on Sunday, the same thing. You do the festival the whole day. Oh, the concert. So Saturday we had a concert. Sunday we had a concert. Sam Smith played on Sunday. Yeah, so after the race, you all go to the concert. So it was really like a fun festival for me.
I was going to ask if you met other Kenyans, and clearly we'll come back to that. But so in a group of 7, so were there people in Dubai, people in the city, people on Yas Island, all coming together?
We were actually a total of 15.
15?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, we're different. Well, in Dubai, we were like 5 people. Abu Dhabi, there were another 5. And then at the island, there were another like 4 or 5, yeah.
How were you guys staying in touch? I thought there was no WhatsApp in Abu Dhabi. Do you recall?
No, we had to buy lines. So when you got to Dubai, we had to buy the lines. And then they give you credit, and then they give you like access to now their kind of WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any non-fans on your trip, say like spouses in your group? And how did you manage that dynamic?
I think there's one person who came with a wife. The wife was in the hotel throughout. I think she was bored.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
But everyone else was like single, happy-go-lucky, just coming to watch the race. Yeah.
So you said the approximate budget was 200,000. That's about 2,000 shillings.
$2,000.
$2,000, yeah.
Yes. So that is flight, accommodation, and the race tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. Access from Thursday to Sunday.
Yes. That's the 3-day ticket.
Yes.
Okay. We've had discussions with other Kenyan groups about having events in Kenya. So whether it's music or sports. And then one challenge which organizers always have in Kenya is that the people who can afford these tickets will all want freebies. They don't want to buy tickets. How do you think Kenyans can overcome that in terms of organizing and getting people to actually pay for events like the safari and big music concerts?
Kenyans have money, because you'll find the same Kenyan asking for a freebie is buying a bottle of whiskey for like 10,000 shillings.
Yes.
They just don't want to spend on something they can get for free. So I think also because of the trips that guys have had, a lot of people are now getting on board. So they also want to experience. So once they hear about the cost or the payment plan, they're like, oh, let me try it. So the fans, the real fans will actually do it. Like I know Safari Ride right now have the lovers have booked, the fans have booked hotels by now. They're already full.
Naivasha is sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out. So someone expecting a freebie in June
Yes.
is not really a fun. So the fans will actually be proactive, buy the tickets in advance because they love the sport and they would want to experience it live. Like just tick on your bucket list, like I love F1. I would want to watch at least one race before I get to 50 or die. So the real fans will do it. So the other fans who are like trying to get freebies or see what will happen will, I feel most of them get motivated to participate and save and spend some money. Because I know if you start saving today, you will watch a race next year. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Something nice and maybe not so nice about the trip you had, if you can just think of.
Mm.
You said it was a wonderful experience.
It was.
Every
Yeah.
fan should try attend
Everyone
a
should,
race.
yeah, because the officials don't joke with F1 in Abu Dhabi. They don't, because they actually tell the residents, weekend near F1. So if
Okay.
you can stay home, please stay home because all the cabs have been taken, all the buses have been taken. So what they do, because where the race is and where the concert is some 2 kilometers.
Yes.
All the cabs in Dubai are brought into Abu Dhabi. All the buses are actually leased by the government.
Yes.
So they organize that you will not be stressed during the race. So you will leave the race, the racetrack, and then you'll just walk kidogo. There's a bus waiting for you to take you to the concert. From the concert, there's a bus waiting for you to take you to Dubai, back to Dubai.
Okay.
So they make it easy for you, even if you're traveling alone, which,
Yes.
okay, I wouldn't advise anyone travel alone because there's more fun when you're traveling as a group. Even if you're alone, the officials there make sure that nothing happens to you. You're safe, you know where to go, you'll have your fun, and you'll go back to your hotel safely. So I really enjoyed the safety and the experience. Basically, they actually put all their resources into the weekend. So the weekend was pretty fun.
Something which surprised me when I went maybe 4 years before to Abu Dhabi was I thought I'd not be able to find a beer when I went to the country. But for F1 week, they accommodate tourists. They allow bars, their special bars, and I guess they know visitors. You're in your outfits, and I think they accept that there are tourists in town to watch the sport and have fun, and they accommodate them.
Yes. So I could see a lot of it's really hot.
Yes.
So a lot of women, the way we know Middle East is
Conservative,
yes,
cover up.
yeah. So they allowed everyone to just walk around. It was really extremely hot, by the way. So everyone was like in shorts, booty shorts, and some vests and tank tops. It was just okay. So I think every other tourist was feeling like the vibe.
Okay.
So I don't know if after the weekend wanaambiwa now dress up. I don't know.
Yeah, cover your
But
sleeves
that
now,
weekend
cover
was
your
really
hair.
yeah. But that weekend everything was just for
Okay.
the tourists. Yeah.
Okay. Next race you plan for?
I would want to go to Europe.
Okay.
Because I understand, okay, from my friend's perspective, like it's one of the best, especially the back-to-back ones. You can take a train and just go to the next race. Yeah, I'm hoping to do that soon.
Okay, this year or next, do you think?
Mfuko ikikubali, this year definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. We've learned so much about going to Abu Dhabi. As you said, it's probably the easiest race for people in Nairobi to attend.
Yes.
I think one flight. No visa requirements.
These you have to apply for the visa.
You apply.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just like a day.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you're going for F1, it's just like a day. But then everything else was processed by our guy. So
Okay. I must look for Mbaku and have an interview with him
you need
about
to
organizing trips for more fans to attend.
Yeah.
In 2 days, we'll have Australia return after 2019.
2019, yeah.
Because I think it's very famously seen on Netflix what happened in 2020, where the first COVID case hit and they canceled the race like on 2 days before it happened.
Yeah.
What are your views about the return to Australia? The track has been changed. There's more DRS zones, more overtaking. It's a low overtaking circuit, but they hope that this year will be different.
Um, well, I love Australia because it's always like the first track in the season, always been. I'm not pretty excited about this because as Mercedes, we're trying to change the rear wing, we're trying to change the floor, but then they're saying it's really no magic. So I'm just hoping the Reds and the Blues, Ferrari and Red Bull, give us a good show. I'm not looking forward to it because I know as many changes as we make, it won't be seen until like the sixth race.
Okay.
So I'm just here watching and hoping that Ferrari will do me proud. And at least we get some points. Not number 10 kind of points,
Okay.
but at least hata tukibaki hapo number 5, 6, we'll have done something. We still have a long way to go. Yeah, but I'll still watch the race and enjoy it as everyone else. Like, I can't believe I'm enjoying the race kama Ferrari vile I'm enjoyed the last 2 years of hoping and wishing. So now I'm them like just praying we get through or we just finish a race. Yeah, I know.
It's been more than 2 years for Ferrari.
Oh yeah,
So
Ferrari.
it's about 12 years actually.
Mumepambana. No. But Ferrari, okay, yeah. Hey, by the way, you've been out in the cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe now this year ni sisi tumeka hapo nje kama nyinyi.
I think that's why there was so much love for Kimi Raikkonen for so many years, even though he may have slowed down a bit, but he's the last reigning Ferrari champion. And it's a special thing which Alonso cannot say or Vettel cannot say because they raced for Ferrari, but they didn't deliver. And
I think Vettel delivered. You guys, I think let me just say this. I know it is not in the topic, but I feel Ferrari did not treat Vettel well. I know the car was struggling.
Okay.
But he's a 4-time champion. How they treated the champion versus, you see now, Mercedes is struggling, but the driver is really good. I've not seen any Mercedes fan like dissing Hamilton or saying, "Oh, he does not deserve to be in a Mercedes car." I think Ferrari fans were really cruel to Vettel because he did not deliver, but it was the cars, it was mechanical, it was not the driver. So I feel Ferrari pia, you guys have fake fans.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see how this year is. I know you guys now are happy. You're having 2 champions, like 1-2, 1-2, mnafurahia mtakuwa 1-2, 1-2. It's a good thing though. It's good to see you back on the podium celebrating.
Your race predictions for the grid and the podium?
I want Ferrari 1, 2, and then I'm hoping Max won't be on the podium. Like someone else, I don't have a liking for Max.
Okay.
So I'm hoping a Ferrari 1, 2.
Where will you be watching?
Number 3 will be something else.
Where will you be watching this weekend?
I would want to go to K1. Let me see if K1 will still have a crowd, but I think I'll watch in F1. Oh, K1. Yes, K1.
To pubs and venues who want to organize F1 experiences, what should they deliver? What should they guarantee F1 fans? This is a morning race, for example. It's 8 o'clock. What can, say, a local pub, wherever you are in Nairobi, what can you do to attract F1 fans? And what do you have to do to deliver an experience for F1 fans to keep coming back?
From my experience, like what we used to do at Traces, there was a designated place for guys to watch F1, and they would interact and have their beers or have their breakfast. We served breakfast for the morning races. Afternoon races would serve some bitings on the house, by the way. And then there was no music. Like, I know I've gone to the last 2 years, I've been trying to watch the race, and it's been frustrating because they will advertise, "Oh, come and watch F1, who will win, Mercedes or Red Bull." So you're rushing to that place because you know at least you'll get a pub experience and watch. But the DJ will not stop playing their music. And it's bad music and it's loud.
Oh, no.
You cannot watch F1 kama volume haiko. Like, what will you hear even the radio, what the commentators? So there are many times I've just gone home, like miss a few laps, but you're going home to watch. They need to have dedicated spaces. But also as organizers of, saying F1 groups, they need to pull in the numbers because as if I'm an owner of a pub, I would not want to silence the music for 1.5 hours for 5 people.
Yes.
I would want to play the music for the 20 people that are around so they can continue, they can still stay there after F1 imeisha. So I feel we need to pull in more crowds for the clubs to listen to us. Like I know when we went into choices, the club didn't even have much activity. But then you're pulling 200 people. Like who is drinking beers and coffee on Sunday morning in a pub in Nairobi with 200 people? So you also need to show the pubs that yeah, we have the numbers and they're coming to spend 1.5 hours in the afternoon on a Sunday. You have 200 people, they've spent like 1,000 or 2,000 shillings per person. That's money that most clubs in this Nairobi would want on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel as much as we want the clubs to listen to us, lower the music or stop the music altogether and give us space and some big screens and projector, because pia hata tu TV tuone tudogo. We also need to pull numbers. So if you have a crowd of 20 or 30, it's easy for you to approach a pub and say, I have 30 people. We want what there is. What can we do? You know? And then now organize buckets. Like when we were watching at some, I think Radisson something on
Parking, Radisson.
Parking, yes. They used to give us like discounts on drinks and buy things. So you're pulling numbers, but also the club is doing their part. They have a designated area where guys can just watch. So I feel it's a two-way traffic. We also do our part, and then the clubs can do their part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We've had a wonderful talk from Kamaitha about her experiences as an F1 fan the last few years and a trip to Abu Dhabi. Certainly, F1 fans, you should aim to attend at least one race. And it's one which she has shared lots of lessons on what to do. We're going to certainly reach out to Macau and other organizers about how to arrange for more races. Thank you so much, Kamaitha. You want to tell us where we can find you?
On Twitter, I'm always on Twitter at Kamaitha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your initiative for the adolescents?
Oh, Pad Heaven Initiative.
Pad Heaven.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're here at Semabox, the Baraza Media Lab with Dana Cheda, our producer. You can follow the MLF1 podcast also on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Limo Taboi, your host at Bankelele. Thank you so much. Enjoy the race on Sunday morning. It's early for Nairobi, 8 a.m., but you'll find us somewhere, and we hope to catch up next time and recap Australia and as the season moves into the European and other tracks. Thank you so much.